As much as I like to heat on and roast on the Jacksonville Jaguars, I gotta be honest. I enjoy talking about the AFC South because that's not the only organization, the only set of leadership that I get to roast on in this division. And if you've ever wondered the answer to the question or the equation of what happens if you took David Caldwell and combined him with Doug Marrone in a lab, what football person would you get? The answer, of course, would be Bill O'Brien. Bob takes the incompetence of talent evaluation and combines that with the incompetence of game planning and execution on the field. That is a very special skill. The Jaguars have to pay 2 people to get this. The Texans do it all with 1. And before you say, well, they've won some games in the playoffs, and your point is what? You have one of the young bright stars at quarterback in all of the National Football League. A quarterback that so many teams, believe me, look at my back wall, look at the team, I know, would kill to have him. And you're lucky to get into the damn wild card round. You have to pull off miraculous comebacks to even escape the wild card round. I don't understand for the life of me how a guy that consistently goes 9-7, 10-6 gets all this damn personnel power to boot. How the hell does that happen? The most toxic branch of the Belichick coaching tree out of every damn body. Take a look at his body of work in 2019. He horribly misplays the Jadeveon Clowney situation, and instead of being able to trade him at a peak and get a really nice value in return, he horribly mangles it, mismanages it, and ends up having to rush and trade him away to the Seahawks close to the beginning of the season for peanuts. It's exactly what the hell he did, for peanuts. Then turns around like a dumb dick and gives up a shit ton, a couple of future first-round picks for a left tackle that's not elite, and Laramie Tunsil, who, by the way, is still on his rookie contract, so eventually you're going to have to pay him. Because, again, that's what dumb organizations do. You gave up multiple first-round picks for a damn left tackle. Why? Because you can't evaluate that position in the draft, can you? Because you have to double down on the stupidity and dumb dickery, and as a result, that's what you get. And as valiantly as Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins and J.J. Watt tried to overcome the vortex of suck that's Bob, looking at that big comeback win in the wild card round against the Bills, where they still ultimately almost screwed the pooch, even once they did come back. Still didn't have to go to overtime for the Texans to find a way to squeak out that game. How the hell do you go into that home playoff game and lay an egg like that in the first half again? That's Bob. And then he gets in the huge, massive choke job in the divisional round in Kansas City against the Chiefs. I can't believe people ever defended this. You're up 21-0. You got 4th and short, 4th and 1, whatever the hell it was, in Kansas City territory, and you kick the damn field goal instead of trying to go for it and bury this team when you know you need to, because you know they can come back guns blazing, and that's exactly what they did, and they pushed your shit in. It is moments and points in time like that where you either get courage or it makes cowards out of men. Bill O'Brien coached like a coward, and his team ultimately got its ass whooped like cowards because their leader was a coward. So is it any surprise that you go into this offseason with all of the incompetence that has clearly been demonstrated in the body of work in 2019 and say to yourself, you can't possibly top this until he does? You want to see stupid? I'll show you stupid. How about trading away an elite wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins at the peak of his career, the number one option by far, most reliable weapon that you have for your young franchise quarterback, which, by the way, you knew you were eventually going to have to give a big contract extension to in Deshaun Watson. You traded away DeAndre Hopkins. And not only did you trade away DeAndre Hopkins, you didn't even get shit back in return for him. If you look at the fundamentals of how this trade ended up going down, it's like you basically said you wanted to construct a really horrible fantasy football deal. I'll send you DeAndre Hopkins. You give me Brandon Cooks and David Johnson. Who the hell does that? So now you want to have a team full of speed receivers. Hey, here's some more guys that can't freaking stay healthy, along with the Kenny Stills of the world and the Will Fullers of the world. Let's bring in a Brandon Cooks. How many teams has this guy been with the past few years? But, it'll be different. It'll be so much better. Like, this is just dumb. And it makes it look even worse when you see the Vikings a little bit afterwards trade away a Stephon Diggs, and they actually get a first-round pick for him. And DeAndre Hopkins is infinitely the better player than Stephon Diggs, and that's no dig at Diggs, but damn, is anybody going to disagree with me in that? Hell no! Whereas the Browns had traded away a first and third-round pick, at least when the Giants made the decision before the 2019 draft to get rid of Odell Beckham Jr., they got a first and third-round pick in the same draft. Bob couldn't even manage to pull it off. What the hell is wrong with this dude? So you go into this draft with very little draft pick capital. You get rid of arguably the best wide receiver in the National Football League in the peak of his career. What a dumpster fire. Not nearly as bad as the Jacksonville Jaguars, I will grant you, and that is for certain. Because they frankly have better players, and they certainly have a much better quarterback. And that makes a big difference. But if you're looking for reasons for optimism, what is it? Deshaun Watson still your quarterback? You still have J.J. Watt? Okay, that's cool. And what? And what? You got a wide receiver core with a bunch of speed for what's that's worth? Yeah, what? And? Can I actually stay on the field consistently? Does it matter? Maybe you're looking and you're saying, hey, you got another year of that offensive line being together. Maybe you got Tunsil on one side at left tackle. You got Titus Howard on the other side at right tackle. It's just like this is what you're pinning your hopes on. When you talk about somebody like a Bill Belichick and you say sometimes Bill Belichick, the general manager, made Bill Belichick, the head coach's job a lot more difficult on himself. That's certainly true, and it certainly applies to Bob. But Bob is a whole different level of stupid and a whole different level of incompetence. Like, you can question the football stuff on the field, and then when you get to the front office stuff, like, that's just a whole nother level of what in the hell is wrong with you? Like, if you're looking for reasons for concern, now you don't have DeAndre Hopkins. Who the hell is Deshaun Watson going to be able to rely upon in the passing game? Which means, how many unnecessary big hits is Deshaun Watson going to take this year? All the while, combined with a running game that I don't see how it's going to provide a lot of balance in an offense or a lot of protection for your young quarterback who you had to sit there and say, you know what? We're sorry we're clowns, so here's a bunch of money over the next several years because we don't have a choice. And then you look at the defense. All parts of it. Like, that should be concerning. You still got J.J. Watt, but you couldn't stop the run, save your life. And you partner that with no pass rush really outside of J.J. Watt. And then courageously figured out, hey, let's complete the trifecta of suck because we won't stop anybody in the damn secondary either. So your run defense stinks. Your pass rush is limited. And oh, by the way, your secondary stinks. And excuse me to hell, tell me how that got a whole lot better this year. Like, you would think if you're in the position of a Houston Texans team where you're saying, we've got a young quarterback who at least at the moment was still on a rookie contract. You've actually got that dude. You could wait your whole life looking for that dude. I'm 39. Bears still ain't found him. They keep trying. They keep screwing it up. You idiots actually have him. And instead of truly trying to go all in and trying to sit there and figure out ways to make it better for him and to really make yourself a contender, you're trading away DeAndre Hopkins for peanuts. Who does that? Bob. Who trades 2 first-round picks for a non-premier left tackle? Bob. Who horribly mangles a Jadeveon Clowney situation gets peanuts for him right before the start of the 2019 season. Bob! If this team makes the playoffs this year, it will truly be a miracle because they are truly trying to overcome the incompetence of Bob! I think at some point in time, this house of cards has to implode. Now, of course, I say that, and the dumbass ownership of the Houston Texans will give him even more power. They'll make him team president. They'll make him executor of the owner's estate for all the hell we know. But you look at this, and you say to yourself, okay, Tennessee is pretty consistent in that 9-7-ish type of bucket. The Colts may improve a little bit this year. Where did this Texas team get any better? I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. 7-9. I can't see the playoffs this year. Can you? I know they got Deshaun Watson. I don't want to hate on the kid. And you'll notice I'm not hating on the kid. I feel bad for him. Yes, I know he's making a crap ton of money, so I shouldn't feel that bad for him. And I don't feel that bad for him. But still, like you're taking formative and now peak years of his career and you're wasting them under Bill O'Brien. Both the head coach and the general manager. Again, if you ever wondered the answer to the question or the equation of what happens if you take David Caldwell and combine him with Doug Marrone in a lab, you get Bill O'Brien. Good luck, Houston Texans. Good luck, Texans fans, because you're going to need it this year.